Hi guys, welcome back. So this is going to be a bit of a different video today, as I'm sort of just going to do a time lapse of me cleaning up the tow ball of the tow bar that we had fitted on Friday. I've decided to do this manually, no real reason. Some people like to use sort of like a wire brush sort of in an electric drill, cordless drill type thing. So no, I've obviously opted to go down the manual route. I'm attaching a cloth. I'm going to stick it to the number plate just to sort of protect that bit of paintwork below the number plate. I mean, I could have removed the tow bar altogether, but I wanted something to pull against and push against, so I found it better to leave it attached to the car. So yeah, just in order to protect the paintwork, I thought I'd stick a cloth to it. Make a bit of a pig's ear sticking the cloth to the car, but there we are. I also decided to mask up the just below the tow ball. So as I'm rubbing the actual tow ball with the wet and dry paper, or wet and dry sandpaper, whatever it's called, yeah, just in order to protect that paint below it, because I didn't want it to sort of mar or scratch or anything. Yeah, I've attached a bit of I'm actually using frog tape, but frog tape, masking tape, it all sort of does the same thing, so you could even stick a bit of gaffer tape around it. So for this job, I just went into Halfords and I bought a selection of sandpapers that they had. It was just an assorted set comprising of a 240 grit, 400, 800 and 1200 grit. The higher the number, obviously the finer the sandpaper. And I just sat there using plenty of water as a lubricant, just sanded the tow ball. It's quite satisfying. Took quite a while to get the worst of the paint off, but once you've done that, you've broken the back of the work. Once I got the worst of the paint off, I then moved on to the 400 grit, just to bring a bit more of a shine to the ball, and I actually worked all the way up using the 1200 grit. Yeah, just remembering to sort of keep adding water, keep refreshing the paper, because it obviously loses its effectiveness as you sand the tow ball. I never really worked on any particular spot for any long period of time, didn't really want to create any flat spots or anything, so just kept moving around the tow ball. You'll probably notice when you do this yourself that you might get areas where perhaps the ball might be slightly pitted, so you get a bit more paint in one particular area. Don't worry about it, just continue round, and each obviously round of going around the tow ball, you'll eventually take it off. Now finally, I'm just going to clean up the tow ball with some disc brake cleaner. I'm using a fresh cloth, obviously using a generous amount, just spraying the tow ball, covering it all, just removing any of those contaminants. You really don't want any oils or grease or anything left on the tow ball. So the friction pads obviously work as they should. And then finally just removing the tape from the shaft of the tow bar. Obviously I've put that there to protect it, so fingers crossed I haven't taken any paint off. And there we are, we've got a tow bar that we can now use. Obviously ensure that you put the cap on it just to try and stop any water getting in there so it doesn't rust or corrode or anything. I personally, this is a detachable tow bar, so I will be removing it when it's not in use and just putting it in the bag in the boot of the car to keep it dry. If it gets wet, obviously dry it off. We're a step closer to getting the caravan. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one. Bye.